I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies.
Welcome to Cookies, the world's most influential basketball podcast. It is Monday, September 22nd. I am in the motherland, Rochester, New York. Andrew Kuo is in the Mecca?
The Mecca. The Mecca of my world, man. There's no world outside of what I can see, as far as I can see.
I guess you're in Medina if we're gonna take it to the old school borough definitions. Mecca would be Manhattan. You're in Medina.
Right. I am Medina. What are the other names for the locations of New York City?
The Sands would be Queens, and then Pelon would be the Bronx.
These are words I've not heard in a long time.
That's the kind of stuff you get.
Yeah.
As soon as you log on to the Perfect Podcast, you get some 5%er five borough speak.
That's right.
But
are they?
But the city has changed, Andrew. The city has changed.
Yeah. How so, Ben?
A lot of the sort of early wave gentrification, so to speak, the early places that were viewed as toeholds for new communities coming into neighborhoods are now closing. We are in coffee shop lingo. It's like there's first wave coffee, second wave coffee, third wave coffee. I don't know what wave of coffee we're in now. Maybe fourth wave coffee. It's like Blue Bottle. Maybe that's third wave. But in neighborhoods like the ones we live in, parts of Brooklyn, yeah, you're seeing the die-off of the sort of first and second generation places.
It's sort of like the end of San Gennaro. There's a hump to get over. And as soon as you get over the hump of San Gennaro, beginning, existing, and ending, the real New York City year begins. And that 10-year lease is that hump, right? Like you sign a lease being like, we're going to open a neighborhood corner bar that's going to have an excellent taco truck in the back. It's going to be called Chilo's. It's in an up-and-coming neighborhood in Clinton Hill. I heard Lucian Dixon might be a regular. You never know. Shout out to Luch. But we heard recently that it's going to shutter its doors after a glorious 10 years. And there was a rumor that Michael Cera was like a silent partner. It was populated off and on. I enjoyed going here for maybe half of that run. Amazing tacos. I tried to get them to sell me pints of that salsa twice. I was like, the bartender's great. And I was like, dude, I'll pay you $15 for a pint of that delicious, delicious salsa. I don't want the chips. I just want the salsa. Give me, how much does it cost to dole it out? I'll pay it. He's like, we just can't do that. We don't want to open that can of worms. I'm like, respect.
I feel like when Andrew Kuo comes to you with this hat in his hand,
I wanted that salsa, dude.
And says, we need to make a deal.
Yeah. I have a proposition for you. Here's a 20.
Exactly. You didn't make him an offer that he couldn't refuse. You made him an offer, a refusable one.
Let me make you an offer you could refuse.
Okay, what is it? Yeah, that's totally refusable. It's reasonable, but I can definitely say no.
My name is Vivek Ranadive. Let me make you an offer you hate.
Is this a Godfather offer? Oh, heavens no. You can easily refuse this one with no ramifications, no horse's head arriving under your linens. Don't worry about a thing. Just say no and I'll be on my way.
And without hammering the G-bomb, the dreaded G word about New York City, I'm talking about gabagool and guacamole, you have a closing on your side of town.
So similarly, the first generation spot, old school Williamsburg to Greenpoint, you had the Manhattan Inn, which was a very respectable music venue and had a piano in the back. I think I remember seeing Dev Hynes perform there once as Blood Orange, but it was a music venue. It was kind of a bar too, but it was cool. Same thing, lost its lease off of whatever reasons, and then Pony Boy opened up, and this was the next version of Greenpoint and Hell Square number 7, which is that area right around Five Leaves, which now has Hometown Bar, Ray's, among other things. And
Was that the
Pony,
bar we went to with the Frost children? With both Frost children? They
maybe.
were underage at the time. We got them in. We doled out some beers. It happened, but is
It
that where we went?
That might have been on Franklin,
No,
but
I was on Manhattan.
oh, then that was probably it. It
Yeah.
was that it predated Twins by a little while, and
Hmm.
but Ponyboy was still kind of this odd. It wasn't cool per se, but they were doing live music with DJs and throwing dance parties, and there'd be a line around the block. Like it was cool to certain people. It didn't fit into that hierarchy of North Brooklyn that we were familiar with from back in the day.
Right. Right.
And it just closed. I don't know what's
Hmm.
going in that spot, but the same kind of thing, right? This was second wave, and that's gone.
Was there any reasoning? Did they mention a lease situation? Did they mention burnout? Anything?
I have no idea. It went from being absolutely swarmed with customers around the block, and then they started cutting back nights of operation,
Mhm.
and then they were closed earlier, and then you had no idea when they were open, and then all of a sudden the place was emptied, four leases on the window, power's cut out. So presuming they're not even trying to like sell the liquor license, it's just done.
Yeah. Sheesh, man. I walked by a coffee shop downtown called the Mud Club with 1D. And I was surprised to see it and wondered if it was a reference. It was closed, it was late at night. I wondered if it was a reference to the famous Mud Club, which I believe is Ross Bleckner, the painter's studio now down in Tribeca. Um, and like a whole different wave of thoughts came to my head regarding this topic because on one hand, 10 years, that is a contribution to our city that is valuable, that is appreciated, but you're good forever. Like 10 years is a long time to serve us things we want. um if they want to continue to 20, like I don't have that dog. By all means, if you do, go for it. If there's money, if you have a head for it, if you have the constitution for it, and we'll get into the show Black Rabbit later. But the Mud Club, I was thinking, like, we talked about Lucian's food uh, pop up or semi permanent restaurant in honor of Gordon Matta Clark.
Different Lucian, not our friend Lucian Dixon, but our friend Lucian Smith.
That's right. That's right. A wonderful painter, um, and hooper, and fantasy basketball player. But I do wonder what we should dig up and what we should let rest. Anyone can do anything they want. But when I heard Chilo's was closing, I was like, I have so many great memories of that place, hanging out there with you and Luch, going there with my newborn child, um, going there with my toddler, the same child, feeding them chips. Like they grew up on that truck. But 10 years is a lot. Thank you for your service.
My main Chilo's memory is going there with our buddy Lucian, not Lucian Smith of food, but the other Lucian, who is also a fantasy basketball player
Luch,
and a hooper. Like
which
you
one
just
gets to
named.
be Luch 2? Which
But
one gets to be Luch 2?
well, I like that you named them by like fantasy basketball player and hooper. I'm like both. Both guys do both
Oh
of
my
those things.
God. Uh, Respectable fantasy basketball players, but not winning fantasy basketball.
Wow.
Shots
Damn.
fired. Yeah.
But we would go there at the very moment when the pandemic was sort of shifting back into normalcy,
Mhm.
where places had insane rules and crazy hours. So we'd get to Chilo's and be like, all right, we'll grab a couple beers, a margarita,
Closing.
a taco or two, and like, yeah, we're shutting down. I'm like, but it's 8:30. Like, 7:45, last call. Very odd time, but that's my Chilo's memory. I mostly recall them for what you mentioned, alleged connections to Michael Cera.
Yeah, which I've been reading, trying to find any confirmation of this. It's still just rumor. The two owners are not Michael Cera. But it was like, I, I wonder sometimes when I hear about the mechanics of neighborhoods changing. I have conflicted feelings about the general overarching idea of gentrification. I think it happens and it doesn't, and we kind of misuse that word in a broad sense. By we, I mean I. And when I think about Chilo's closing, my gut feeling is there goes the neighborhood, right? Like more glass towers, condos, disappearing New York. And then on another hand, I'm like, this is the right way to do it. This is time lurching forward.
I love cookies. I love cookies.